Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Sunday morning. Well, the storms were no joke. Much of the eastern part of the United States, especially in the southeast, were hit pretty hard, especially in certain areas. We are all fine here. I think by the time that, well, it was like two or three little phases of that big storm. By the time it reached us, it had pretty much weakened. It had weakened a lot. Now, it hit here about between 1, 2 a.m., and it did make a lot of noise all the way up to almost 4 a.m. And we had a few little gusts of wind, but it wasn't as strong as the last one we had. So we haven't been outside and done a in-depth assessment or anything, but from what we can tell, everything is fine here. We dodged that bullet for sure. Let us know in the comments if you sustained damage or if everything's okay where you are, because this was widespread. I mean, the scope of this storm was huge, and it was very strong, which makes you wonder. I know we're in spring, with the storms, but still, this one was tough. I was watching some footage of destruction. I mean, big time destruction in some southeastern states and even in Missouri. I believe I saw some footage from, looked really bad. Alabama, Mississippi, I think some in Arkansas, and in East Tennessee got slammed in pretty good. So let us know about your neck of the woods. Let's keep those folks in prayer, the ones who were affected by this. I saw some that were just wiped out. I mean, entire neighborhoods flattened. A lot of stuff. You could see the path the tornadoes took. So a really strong one, y'all. I think it's a good reminder to stay prepped up as best we can. Now, how do you prep for a E3, E4, E5, whatever tornado, right? I mean, but still we can take some steps in it. I know here we have a particular place in our house where it is the safest in case of a tornado, and we have it already set up as far as how we don't have to scramble around and grab stuff. We have blankets and pillows and things in place, and we have bicycle helmets. That's the closest thing we have. Well, it's the only helmets we own now. So we have bicycle helmets. We had them ready last night just in case we got a notification of a warning. Then we would go to that area. And we'd grab the dogs and run in there, so not very far. So we didn't have to do that last night. So thank the Lord, But let's keep those folks in prayer that are affected by this. So some other news items I wanted to hit. I wanted to hit a couple of stories that have been going on other than the storms. And I have a terrific passage I'm going to share with you here towards the end of this video. It is big time encouragement. If you need encouragement, stay tuned. It's a good one. A couple of things that have been happening as far as the world, the United States. Trump hit a group of ISIS leaders, the ISIS terrorist organization. I think this happened a day or so ago. Just hadn't reported on it yet. You may have heard about it, but he said that this particular leader's miserable life is now terminated. It looks like this was a strike carried out on a vehicle of some sort that they were traveling in. And I saw a little video of it. Nobody survived that thing. Whatever they hit them with, man, wasn't much left of that. But you go after ISIS leaders. I'm totally good with that. Let's do more. They're awful evil. Also, let's see, kind of related to that, there was another story about him hit big time strikes, I believe last night or late yesterday, hitting Yemen, the country of Yemen, targeting the Houthi rebels, they call themselves. They've been in control of Yemen for a while. They've been antagonizing ships of all kinds of countries, especially the United States, and even the United States military, the Navy. They've been taking shots at the Navy. And even while Biden was in office, it's like they're taking shots at our Navy. And they come close to hitting some ships. And we hardly do a thing, like we hit an empty warehouse or something. Dude, hit them hard. Knock them out. Take them out. I mean, that's your Navy out there, dude. So overdue, we hit the Houthis pretty hard, and then Trump followed it up and said, okay, we hit you hard. However, if you don't stop hitting ships out here, we're going to rain down hell on you. This was nothing compared to what's coming. I like it. Hey, that's what they understand. They understand strength. So we'll see what happens, if they got the message or not. So launched powerful airstrikes on them and said, we will rain down hell on you. Yeah. I would do the same in his position, I have to say. So we'll see what happens there. Also, they say Trump is set to install a travel ban on 43 countries, including Russia, Belarus, and some other countries in the Middle East and North Africa. They're going to sharply restrict a lot of visas. This is travel into the United States is what they're going to sharply restrict. So we'll see how that plays out. Trump administration is also, they're also, other travel ban countries, I meant to say Afghanistan, Cuba, Iran, North Korea. Yeah, I agree with that. Maybe some others. Also, still trying to broker a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine. Trump was warning the other night that World War III could very easily, quote unquote, very easily erupt if peace talks fail. That is my concern too. That is, we are at a crucial time in this war. I'll call it. I think we've been in WW3. I think we're in kind of an early initial / phase of World War III, where it's not all, it's not worldwide totally, but it's a good portion of it if you really think about it. But I think I agree, and like I said, it's my concern if we can't get a peace between these two to kind of tamp things down a bit, it could very easily erupt into something much bigger. And even if they do reach some type of a deal where hostilities halt, I still think it could very easily erupt. So, because to me, it just appears that from Europe to the Middle East to Asia, even the Americas, it just appears that the world continues to prepare for war. Let's pray and hope that does not happen, but it certainly does look, that's the trajectory it looks like that we are still on. So let's keep that in mind and keep watchful. I mean, we need to keep watchful of that. I saw a weird story out of San Francisco. Go figure, right? A weird story out of San Francisco. Beautiful city, by the way, as far as the landscape and the area of the country, right? Beautiful part of the country. California is a beautiful country. I mean, beautiful state, actually. So all of it. But it's got some weird things going on there. But in San Francisco, a preacher on the street was speaking. Now, okay, first of all, if you're a street preacher in San Francisco, Christian, you've got some kahuna, you've got some chutzpah, I guess you could say. I'm trying to phrase that good, but you got some guts, and you're pretty brave. You're pretty brave, and but anyway, we got a Christian street preacher in San Francisco. And while he was speaking particularly about the fact that, we believe in two genders only, male and female, he was approached by an activist. We will call this person an activist because we're not sure of the gender. But this person pulls a gun, a tool, and points it at the face of this guy. And I have to give him credit. The preacher just maintained his composure and looked at this person and said, hey, what we have here, in other words, it's up to you whether you're going to go ahead and use that on me or not. God bless you. God bless you. And at that, the person turns away, walks the other way, and profanity laced, insulting him and hurling verbal abuse on him. Thankfully, it didn't escalate anymore, thankfully. But I thought that was interesting. There are elements on that side that I do have a concern that this is we're going to have an incident to where something like that could turn out really bad, and it could really set things off. That is my concern. You have Tesla dealerships still getting Molotov cocktailed. I saw where they made an arrest of somebody finally on that, threatening and all kind of stuff. It's really something. They need prayer for sure too. They need to be in jail too. Yeah. What else? Oh yeah, the space, the poor astronauts. These astronauts that have been, it's a man and a woman, been stranded on the space station for 9 months, y'all. How do you stay in space for 9 months? I guess they did. I would think they're going to have to learn how to walk again. But anyway, among other things, weightless environment. The SpaceX, so Musk to the rescue on this one. SpaceX crew goes on a rescue mission and docks with the ISS, the International Space Station, yesterday or last night. Docked with them successfully and plan to bring them back to Earth. About time. So SpaceX went up there and got them. How about that? Said that they are set to journey back to Earth as early as Wednesday. Man, they're ready to come back. Can you imagine? I'd literally kiss the ground if I'm in space for that long. Dang, I don't know. What's the health implications on those folks? If there is, I don't know. I'm not an expert on that, but if you're in a weightless environment for 9 months, I would think a lot of they're gonna need some rehabilitation, maybe mental as well as physically. Can you imagine what they experienced up there? I wonder what they saw and heard. That might be interesting. I saw a picture to where one of them, when they successfully docked with the SpaceX, one of them had an alien mask on. Kind of freaky. Kind of interesting, actually. Looked like one of those gray alien masks. Oh, the mask did. What they've been seeing up there, you wonder? Anyway, what else do we have? I'm going to go to a passage. So let's see. Here we go. We are in Matthew. I don't know if I've said this one in a while or read this one in a while, but if I had, it's been a while. But it's always given me encouragement. We're in Matthew chapter 11. Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. Well, 28 through 30. From the words of Jesus, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me. For I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Whether you're in good times, bad times, despair, grief, loss, whatever, just the worst times, or whether you're in good times, it's always a good time to stay close to Jesus. His compassion, his forgiveness, his grace, his trust, his faithfulness. Let's remember that. I think that's a good reminder. It encourages me. I hope it does you. Let's stay in prayer. Prayer is powerful, as we have seen here just recently, especially, right? So let's be safe also. Let's be careful when we're out and about. All right. Share your comments. Hit the like button if you like the video. I appreciate it. God bless y'all. I'll see you soon.